You, peace people, it's Sematawi, rebel yogi, Kemetic yoga teacher, trainer, holistic health coach, all the great things growing and being. Y'all know what it is.
I'm Emilie. I'm all about them things too, especially growing. I also love dealing with trauma-informed bodywork therapies.
Right on, right on. And welcome once again to Matrix of the Mind, Magic of the Mushrooms. Yep, so I know it's been a while. But been busy. We've been busy.
Very busy. We've been building, we've been growing, we've been just doing our thing, really, which is being busy all the time at the allotments with not only plot 1, but also plot 2.
Right on. I know a lot of times people come onto the page for different things. They're doing a search. You might put in Kemetic yoga. You might put in magic mushrooms. I don't know how you find me, but we're not some people that are just every day we're taking magic mushrooms and like going wild. Like, no, it's not really about that at all. You know, there was a period of time that we were going in on a regular, like every 2 weeks, and yeah, whether it's
been a long time.
It's been a while, but you just seeing these videos, you might think that that's all we deal with. No, that's not all we deal with, and that those constant journeys was essential at that time, but that's for another video anyway. But right now what we're going to do is some things that we haven't done before, really and truly. We're going to get back to the viewers out there, all them heads that left comments, instead of just answering the comments, via text and stuff like that. Like, it's cool to make a video about it and just go through the comments that various people have wrote. So if you left a comment, we could be reading yours as well. So like right there, we're gonna have while Emilie looks for the first comment that we're gonna read. I just want to go in and just plug in that when we're talking about matrix of the mind, magic of the mushrooms, it's utilizing these foods for various reasons. Some people just want to go on to different journeys, deep journeys, and go just escape the world that they live in, really altogether, and go into a lot of the mind blowing things that they've heard of shrooms, of magic mushrooms and stuff like that. But there's other people that take it more on a therapeutic level. Not saying that the high dosages can't be therapeutic, but you could be microdosing and you just need to pick me up. You want to feel more alive, more alert. You feel down on a regular and, you need that extra pick me up. We're dealing with all of those things, all right? It's not just mind-blowing journeys and stuff like that, but we're really also health coaches and stuff that we don't talk about, and we deal with a lot of particular issues and ailments, regarding the mind and mental health. So I just want to put that out there as well, all right?
All right, so the first comment I came across...
from, shout out the person.
Yeah, from Chance Bernard, just a few weeks ago. So if you're out there, thank you so much for the question or for the statement. So here it goes. I'm kind of scared of doing magic mushrooms again. Took 5 grams the last time I did. For some reason, I never have had a good experience with them. But I definitely love the effects I gain from fasting alone, I say.
Thanks.
Well, I really understand being scared of doing magic mushrooms again. We actually went through, sometime last year, one of the last journeys that was like about over a year ago, of actually feeling like really hesitant before going in. And it's like at first we were like not even really perhaps realizing or wanting to say it to one another, because we had like, it was like, we had gone away and it was the plan, like, hey, we're going to take shrooms. But I don't know, something felt was preventing the flow of us just going there freely or mindlessly. And so we actually talked about it in depth before deciding to actually go ahead with it. So I really understand, because, it's all about, like, you never know where they're going to take you, in which corner of the world, of the universe, of your own mind and your own judging eye is going to take you. So I really understand being scared, and also, I guess, having those intense experiences can make us feel perhaps like it wasn't, an enjoyable experience. But, what's enjoyable in those realms and what's not, like, feeling the bliss. Of course, everyone is chasing bliss and joy. But the thing is that the mushrooms are there to sometimes just show us things for what they are, with a different perspective. So whether it's good or bad, it's more about what did it teach you? What were you able to look at? So yes, it is confronting your fears. Sometimes you are in that realm when you take a journey. And it's also the unknown. You never know where it's going to take you. But even though you never know where it's going to take you, usually the things that it reveals is really like some stuff that resonates. Even if it's something that might feel you don't want to look at the time. It's been revealed, so it needs to be dealt with. And so yes, it does take courage to go on a journey.
All right, right on. Let me just scan through this again real quick. Do this in a note. All right. Da, 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 da. Let's get it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, good experience. Never have a good experience with them. Now, yeah, we have a tendency to label these things, right? What is good and what is bad when it comes to something that you really have no control over? As much as we try to direct, or control our journeys, there's only so much that you could do. Like psychedelics is now I understand it's really uncontrollable. It's a different realm. It's yes, it's food that you are taking, but when it comes into going off into the mind and other dimensions and stuff like that, there's no controlling it. And we think that we're going to go ahead and take these shrooms and, we're going to get this good experience. What we're classifying as good is what? Seeing colors, seeing trails, laughing, having like, that blissful feeling that Emilie was talking about. Yeah. But at the same time, they're unforgiving, and they're unapologetic. They give you exactly what you're meant to get. So I feel like it's a connection. They're helping. Every time you go into a journey, you're connecting different parts of your mind. Maybe things that you've locked away that you didn't want to deal with, and that may come up in your journey, and it may come up as something chaotic for you to deal with. But it puts it right there in front of your face. There is no running from it. Yeah. And especially if you're coupling taking these journeys with doing the inner shadow work, it's not highlighted enough that it's not just about taking shrooms. This channel is not just about taking shrooms. It's about the works that you do with the shrooms. You know what I mean? The shrooms are used as a tool, amongst the other things. Looking in yourself, checking your routines and ritual. How are you connecting? Are you becoming who it is that you are meant to become? Are you going deeper into your passions or your interests? We're not just surfing, just taking things and like, oh yeah, it's great. Nah, I'm not 17 and 18 anymore, Maybe at one particular time, cool, yeah. But now it's about really, really coming to grip and facing some of these demons, some of these traumas that you have been running from, some of these dreams that have been not even dreams, nightmares that you have been dealing with for years. Coming to a level of acceptance with yourself and who you are, and also taking notice of where you currently are. Because maybe when you started taking shrooms and you're just, let's go ahead and take these shrooms, and Maybe you were just in a place where you just needed to get away, you needed to see something different. But through that whole journey of it, there's other parts of the mind that started firing. You know, you've gone on 5, 6 journeys now, and you're at a complete different place than where you were when you started. Do you know what I mean? Someone that's just on their first journey is, their mind is going to be completely different to someone that's on their 7th or 8th. Do you know what I mean? It's very different. So I feel it's also about looking at where you are. Looking at where you are. I mean, am I still here? What is it that I'm truly trying to get out of this experience? Because if I'm just mindlessly taking shrooms just to take shrooms, again, like, I can't see the point of that anymore. It's like, that's not fun to me. Maybe at one particular time it was, but I have come to a place where I have supreme respect for this food and know its possibilities, its potential possibilities based on my experience. And I don't want to play with that at all. It's nothing to play with. We want to explore and get our mind open, but what else? What are you going to do once your mind is so open and you're in that place? It could be a scary place. When you're not there, you want to go there. But once you're there in the thick of it, it's like you can't turn it off anymore. You have to finish that journey. You have to go through that 4 or 5 hours or however long it takes for those shrooms to come out of your system, So it's like you really grow and you mature, with the experiences that you have. You want to add on?
Yeah, no, I agree completely. And you know that if you are in that space, if you ever get into that space of, you're in the thick of it, of the journey, and like Sematawi was saying, you can't switch it off. And you really don't know when it's going to switch off. So you've got to also be prepared for accepting that you might be kind of stuck in what feels a loop for a while, and also considering that perspective changes. You really do enter a different realm. So time and space means a completely different thing. So you need to know these things just to be able to make an informed decision of whether you are prepared to experience something that may take you there or not. Because it's not easy once you're there, and you just would like a break, but it doesn't just switch off. You've got to have some kind of like resources inside of you, and someone you really trust around you to really help you not feel like you're just swallowed up by a big swirl.
Word.
That's also really important. So I guess like what we're trying to say is that these journeys, you need a minimum of like a caution in your mind. You can do some preparing work or fasting or things like that, but that's like even a completely different thing. It's more, you need to be able to be in a place where you accept that if you are willing to take this journey, it may take you anywhere it wants to.
Yeah, anywhere it wants to. Not those places that you don't want to talk about, that you don't want no one to know about. It'll take you right there and beyond. So yeah, preparation, have respect for it. Moving along. So yeah, shout out to Skip Rat. Wagwan, Skip Rat. I don't know why I put that accent on. It just sounded like what Skip Rat may sound like. But yeah, he said, awesome video. You guys ever tried apes? I think what he's talking about on apes is like albino penis envy strain. That's what I'm thinking. I don't remember having albino. Maybe penis envy somewhere on the early lines, but I can't lie, I don't really remember it.
I never tried, so I don't know.
But shout out to you, Skip Rat. Let me know how your trials go along. All right. So this one is on the fast and the magic mushrooms vid that was done. So this is from C. Pruse. Shout out to you. Give thanks. No, probably butchered your name, but it's all right. He said, "This is very helpful. I'm an atheist, but I regularly fast as it gives me near an opiate high. Except I have energy and stay calibrated to the world and my loved ones. I'm going to fast for my journey."
Right.
All right. I'm an atheist, but I regularly fast. Um, I don't know why you threw in the atheist. That's cool. My understanding of that is so much different than what it used to be. But nonetheless, fasting. This is regarding like fasting with shrooms. That was that was definitely a way forward and a foundational thing that I was doing from the start. You know, fasting, going under shrooms, fasted. You know, and then being under the impression that it hits you harder and different things like that. And there may be some truth to that, but in my experience on years of journeys, the mushrooms don't give a shit. Whether you're fasted or not, they're gonna seep through. Like they're gonna find their way in. Like from once you put them in your mouth, they're gonna do what they need to do. So I've experimented with fasting for 12 hours, for 24 hours before the journey, whatever the case, or just having loads of crap in my system, just eating, and then having drinks in my system as well, alcohol, and then taking the shrooms and seeing, there's no way this stuff is gonna hit me, and then I get hit the same way. So, so my suggestion is for everyone to just try different things. Don't get locked into doing one thing one way. I know some of us out there, we may have really religious approaches where we need to do it exactly like this. This is the way that the shamans did it. And yeah, first of all, none of you fucks know how the shamans did it because you weren't around, you know what I mean? And we live in a complete different world to whatever it was, even 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 40, 50, 60, it's a different place. So you have to learn to become your own shaman, your own guru, your own, village elder through the shrooms. Let the shrooms communicate through you. Like, listen to your own intuition. How do I feel like going about it? Everything, you don't have to always be set on following something that you feel the ancient ones done. So you have to mimic the same way because while we're ancient, you know what I mean, we're current. You know what I mean? So we like to say we're the ancient future. We are the hybrids, because let's be real. As much as we want to be organic and bio and all this, we are hybrids. We live in a world where there's tons of different energies and vibrations just going on in a regular. Like before, having this 4D, 5D on your cell phones, walking around on a regular, that wasn't done. But all these things affect your brain waves, your connections, these microwaves, these Wi-Fi signals that were constantly around, these modems and things. All these things affect us. So there's no way that we're similar to the ancient ones. Like, what's the ancient about that? Like, even just how I'm here communicating with you, So don't get stuck on following what the ancients do, but know that you're a combination of them and more. So sometimes go ahead if you want to use the ancients as a particular blueprint. Cool, but once you get into the flow of things, you find your own way, and you pick up your own rituals, and it may be different rituals that I've never spoken of here. Hey, well, this is what I do when I do it, and this works for me. Cool, I get that. It's lovely.
Yeah, definitely. I would say, just get in tune with your own wisdom. Everybody's got their own wisdom, one way or another. Not everyone has got to believe everything else that everybody else is believing into. So that's why it's important to call on your own. You are your own expert. You are your own. You can pull on to your own wisdom because yes, of course, ancestors, they were there before, so they had experience before, but they didn't know what we are living through now. They didn't know the dynamics that we are going through now. So obviously some of the principles, it's great to be inspired by them, but it's also really important to be real and present in the moment of the times that we live in. And like you say, like it's, a ancient future. It's exactly what we all are. We are the product of ancestors, and yet we are the ancestors of our children or our grandchildren who are not born yet. So it's all about perspective, and it's important to keep that perspective fluid, so that you can appreciate, moments of ancestral wisdom, but also intuition. So I guess intuition is one form of like future wisdom, in a way.
Yeah, I say.
But you have to also trust that, because time again is like, we know that the past is what has been, and we know that we are living now, but really, like, we are not that far from what's about to happen too. So like, really, time is,
Continuing.
it's a continuum. It is a continuum, which is actually one of the revelations I had on one of my journeys, maybe last year or the year before, I can't remember. But it was one of my revelations, or perhaps that's why it resonates with me so much, what I'm talking about right now, because I've lived it, I've felt it. And with mushrooms, when you feel it and experience it, it's like it's embedded knowledge. It's you've lived the experience of perhaps a message or a wisdom that particular journey gave you. And so you can never let it go. It's like you can never unknow that element. And that's actually quite soothing to be able to keep that knowledge. So it all comes back to, like, the continuum of time, and to being really mindful when you go on a journey, because once you've experienced something and known something, you can't unknow it. So even like if you go back to, like, labeling like a difficult journey or a bad journey, you can't really undo that either, unknow that either. So you kind of need to always approach it with a very open mind and an acceptance about what may or may not be.
All right. Last one we're gonna do for now. So yeah, shout out to Hella Cook. Hella Cook left on the Breaking Free of Misery vid. He said, "Get on MDMA. There's real science proving its ability to cure treatment-resistant PTSD. MDMA is set to be legalized the third quarter of 2023 in U.S." All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that information. Get on it. Do I want to get on it? Not really. No. You know what I mean? I want to make this clear real quick. Sometimes people come across these videos and, like, maybe never seen a prior video to me before, but I talk about exploration, and let me just elaborate on that a little bit now with hindsight, right? I'm not out here just trying different drugs. You know what I mean? I'm not about that life. I'm very holistic. When I'm talking about exploring, I explore within what it is that I am passionately attracted to. Right? I'm not passionately attracted to taking a whole bunch of different type of psychedelics and different things. And what originally I've been taking psychedelics for a while, on and off. First experiencing it when I was like 14, 13, 14, via trips, acid in school. Staying with that probably until my early 20s, and then stopping all that together until I was like 30, I don't know, 29, 30, where I started getting back into mushrooms here and there through trips to Amsterdam. So the shrooms, getting into the shrooms, the point of that, it was like, I wasn't trying to deal with anything synthetic at this point in my life, I've grown out of that phase. That younger phase, I was I was teenager coming up to coming into early adulthood and stuff like that. I'm wilding out. I'm going all over the place. But since then, I've grown into a knowledgeable man. That's traveled around the world studying yoga and holistic health and wellness. So I'm very different from there and entering the mind on multiple levels and working with people. So I'm very much at a different place in my life to when I first came in. So I don't see a need to take things that are synthetic. If there's a natural source of it, okay, let me know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I like mushroom because it's a mushroom. It's real. It's real food. I could grow it myself. I know what goes in it. Like, the people that I've come across that were talking about MDMA or even hustling MDMA, they don't know what the hell goes into it. It's something that you get from someone else, and it's no idea what you're really taking. So I'm not about that life, really and truly. I like being connected into what I'm doing, growing. I wish I was in a place where marijuana and these things were legal to grow, because that's something that I would love to as well. But I'm not living in a place where these things are legal, so not able to do that now. But later on in my life, be sure to have that on board. But yeah, I like the things that I could actually grow myself, and to grow that myself, and like know that has an impact. It has a great effect on my being, on my mind. Like, I could go into all these from things that I could grow myself. Like, that's what I love, and I'm attracted to. That's why I see it's out here in the allotment. It's growing, connected to all these parts, the things that you take. I'm not just into taking things, but I want to be there with it. I want to nurture it as it grows. I want to be invested into every part of it. And I understand if you're not that type of person, but that's the person that maybe I have always been, or I've grown into as well. Because the body is a temple. You know what I mean? So I'm still wary, or not. I'm still wary, but I have to be aware of anything that goes into this temple. So I want to make sure that if I'm putting something in the temple, it's going to be quality. And when I'm growing things for myself and taking the things that I grow myself, that is of the highest quality. That is my definition of organic. So yeah, but those around the world, maybe you don't have these options, which somehow you can. But if you're dealing with PTSD out there, and MDMA sounds like something that, let me look into that. Take your time and do some research. And go into that, because I have heard a lot of great things about, yes, MDMA healing PTSD. I don't know directly. I've just heard a lot of things about that. So yeah, that's what I got to say on that.
But just like the same way, the potential of mushrooms on mental health and depression. So to a certain extent, these are byproducts of PTSD. So, I don't know if research has been made on mushrooms directly for PTSD, but I wouldn't be surprised if it has. So I can't quote anything on that, but if there's great potential from something that grows naturally, then I'm all for it. So I've never personally taken anything else but mushrooms and truffles, and maybe I'm lying. I have tried, but I'm more someone who wishes to same way just grow what I can ingest, and also feel comfortable with what I'm ingesting is something that the earth has created. I don't know. For me, it's important in my mind. It makes more sense for me. So I'm not knocking MDMA or anything like that, but I wouldn't go like chase it up. I wouldn't. I don't find it necessary. I'm quite content with the experiences I am able to have. So thank you for the suggestion, but I don't think it's something that's going to come my way.
And first and foremost, you got to know yourself. Not everything is for you. You know what I mean? Like you could get into this place and like, yeah, let me take this, let me take that, let me take this, let me take that. But you know, that's going to take you down a wild road. So it's all right. Everything doesn't have to be for you. Like, you know, the things that we're talking on in this video, yo, I don't know why you're doing this, brother. I could never see myself doing magic much. That's fine. Everything doesn't have to be for you, you know. So, yeah, all in all, be safe on yours. You know, respect whatever it is that you do. Respect the process, respect the journey, respect the food. Respect yourself. Love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle to yourself. You know what I mean? Really and truly. You know, you can approach something for simple fun, and it could turn disastrous. So yeah, take your time on your journeys. But yo, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, Movement, Mindset, and Mastery. We're gonna have these things going on a regular, weekly. So yeah, if you got some stuff that you like us to check on or some comments, you know, we're gonna do these common things on a regular. So yeah, link me. And if you're interested in any of the works that we do read the description, and I'll put an outline on other things, and we could be contacted directly. We're accessible, you know. But this is Sematawi signing off. Yeah.
All right, everyone.
Time to take flight, son. I'm blow fire out your mind, third eye, son. We are what they fear, son. Intellect in motion, and I pick the closed mind.